7 crazy football skills that are strictly forbidden. Football is a game of extreme intensity, endurance, and talent. Football fans like watching players display their astounding skills, which both inspire and amaze the spectators. However, did you know that some incredible football skills are forbidden in the sport? It is shocking but real. These amazing skills are prohibited from being performed by any player during a legitimate football game, and according to FIFA's fouls and misconduct rules, these maneuvers or skills are not permitted. So, let's talk about 7 crazy football skills that are strictly forbidden. Football, also referred to as the beautiful game, is enjoyed by millions of people worldwide. All that makes the game so fantastic are the great saves, big tackles, tactical skills, and great goals. Tricks, however, are something else, something slightly different, that are more prevalent in the game today than ever before. Tricks are frequently employed to a player's benefit, enabling him to elude an opponent and advance his team's position on the field. They are also employed for pure entertainment or to degrade the opposition. Whatever the purpose a trick is intended to serve, they unquestionably spice up the game. So, with that in mind, here are 7 football tricks that have been banned in football forever, and you will be surprised by a few of these. Number 1. Headstall. In the headstall trick, you simply bounce the ball while running rather than juggling it on your forehead, like you would with a seal dribble. This is a different technique to master, especially since you cannot use your hands to support the ball as it balances on your head. Therefore, spectators always applaud when players do it during warm-ups, an unveiling, a charity game, or just out and about. But it's a different story during a legitimate football game, as it is strongly discouraged. The reason for it is that it could be considered dangerous play and result in a player receiving a booking. But once more, the match official has the final say in this one. Some people will forgive, while others won't. Number 2. Running knee lock. Now you should definitely understand why this one's illegal. Running with the ball between your knees is just as effective as taking it up and jogging around the field. This tactic also looks incredibly unjust and goes against the essence of football, which is played on the ground with the ball and the player's feet. As a result, using this technique during a legitimate football game is likewise prohibited. Therefore, if you attempt this during a professional game, be prepared to have your trick interrupted midway through and be given a booking as a result. Number 3. Donkey kick free kick. This free kick technique generally entails a player elevating the ball with a donkey kick so that a teammate can strike it toward the goal. If you're a true football fan, you probably saw Coventry players use this tactic against Everton in 1970. Upon closer inspection, we still don't understand why it was prohibited. Another time, Willie Carr tossed the ball up behind him while holding the ball between his ankles, only to see his teammate Ernie Hunt send a shot into the top right corner. Although the goalkeeper had no chance whatsoever, at least he gave it a shot. The FA eventually outlawed the donkey kick technique, which is what makes the situation noteworthy. People believe that it was banned because the ball didn't travel its full diameter. But that was incorrect. The real reason was that the flicker double-touched the ball in order to lift it into the air. Good thing is, the goal stood. So, then again, it doesn't look all that different than what Ivan Toney tried against Arsenal, does it? It appears pretty amazing. In any case, it is really disappointing that a goal like that will never occur again. Like, literally. But we have tons of other exciting tricks to look forward to. Now, before we head to the next banned trick, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, Football Plaza. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Number 4. Neck stall. You must be pretty familiar with this one because almost every player does this very trick during their unveiling at the new club. In this skill, the player balances behind the neck with the aid of their upper bodies after initially juggling the ball on both feet. Since it is very impossible to run in this position during a legitimate football game, players typically employ this ability during warm-ups, charitable events, or performances. Second, it might also pose a risk to the gamer. Although it is technically against the law, it is seen as unsportsmanlike, and if you do it, you won't receive the best reaction from the opposing team's supporters, players, or even the media. So don't also be surprised if you get booked for it. Number 5. Seal dribble. The seal dribble and the headstall are extremely similar, but the only distinction here is that the player is essentially running while juggling the ball on his forehead. The seal, that displays a comparable level of expertise with the ball in the water park, inspired the name of this skill. To be able to do this well, it needs a lot of practice and expertise, yet all that knowledge isn't exactly appreciated in official football games. Similar to the neck stall, attempting the seal dribble during a competitive game is not exactly against the law, but it may be seen as unsportsmanlike conduct, and you will risk receiving a booking for it. Of course, booking the player would be completely down to the discretion of the match official, but don't be surprised if a player sees yellow for that. Sometimes the referee will award a free kick in the opposing direction without issuing a warning. The reason is that it might be stated that an athlete is playing in a way that puts him at risk or harm. Check out the video of Carlone attempting the seal dribble during a legitimate game if you still don't understand how. In the early 2000s, Carlone was the master of seal dribbling, and many people believed that the midfielder's early career demise was caused by injuries brought on by excessive and unneeded showboating. So you could say that some of these laws are in fact protecting these players from themselves. Number 6. The shirt catch. If you have ever played street football, you are probably familiar with the trick where you can catch the ball as if it's sliding inside your shirt to make it appear as though you are pregnant. Although amusing on the street, this skill is essentially forbidden in professional football. In essence, that shirt would be seen as if the player were handling the ball and would be seen as an extension of their arms. Jan Gunnarsdal, a right back from Norway, was once booked for doing this during a game. But you know, it's fair enough. Number 7. Low headers. Numerous individuals, including professional football players themselves, are perplexed by this trick. You are aware that goalkeepers are unable to intercept back passes, right? So some players attempt to circumvent that by passing with their heads. Now, it's cool if you pass back with your head while the ball is in the air. However, it is against the law to attempt to pass the ball that is still on the ground with your head, whether by getting on all fours or by flicking the ball up with your leg. And no, this is not a fabrication. The rule of the game pretty much specifically covers this issue. Here's what it says. A player may pass the ball to his own goalkeeper using his head, chest, knee, etc. However, if in the opinion of the referee, the player uses a deliberate trick, such as flicking the ball to his head with his foot and heading it to the goalkeeper or kneeing it and deliberately pushing the ball to the goalkeeper with his head or knee, he must be cautioned for ungentlemanly conduct. It makes no difference whether or not the goalkeeper touches the ball with his hands. The offense is committed by the player who is seeking to circumvent both the spirit and letter of the law. So, in this case, the player receives a warning and the opposition is given a free kick. You must have observed this occur a few times during an important game. For instance, this was done in various ways by Verratti and Perisic for PSG and Inter Milan respectively back in 2019. You can tell how astonished each player was. Even the participants themselves do not fully understand all of the game's rules. And is it really their fault? Anyway, what do you think about the ban of these tricks? Do you believe it is taking the fun out of playing the magnificent game, or do you believe they are prohibited for valid reasons? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, Football Plaza. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. And if you want to watch a video on 10 footballers who have done drugs in real life, then click on the video on your left. And thanks for watching.